In this video, we're going to talk about how to become a politician, 7 essential steps. Now, if you run for office, technically that makes you a politician, even if you don't think it does. If you want to run for office and win an election, you need to stay with me because I got some really important things to share with you. We're going to cover several things in this video, but here are 3 essential topics that you really need to understand in order to do this well. Number 1, it starts with what is in your head, your heart, and your soul. Secondly, it's about having a network of friends and a network of influential people willing to help you. The third thing is the knowledge that you need in your head in order for you to be successful in this line of work. Let's go back to point number 1. I mentioned something that is in your head and in your heart, inside your soul, and here it needs to be said in this day and age. You have to have a moral code. You have to have some integrity, because if you do not, it won't take long for your voters and the people you are trying to appeal to that you don't keep your word, that you don't believe what you are saying, and they will come to the conclusion that you're not out to do good things for them, but that you're some sort of fraud. Do not make that mistake that so many people do when they get into politics. Have a sense of integrity. Do not bend your moral code. If you do, you will regret it. The second thing I mentioned, which is point number 2, what is in your head, it's knowledge. And there are certain kinds of knowledge that voters will expect you to have. Now here's what's going on here. Basically, a political campaign is a long job interview with voters. You are asking voters to give you the power that will affect, one way or another, their quality of life. They will expect you to know what you're talking about. Now that comes on 2 levels. If you're running for a particular office, you really should know the responsibilities that come with holding that office, the job description, the power that you have, so that you are not making promises you can't keep. And the second source of knowledge here, and the important piece of it, is you have to stay up to date on what is going on in the world around you, because you are in public life. They will expect you to be aware of what is going on in the world, what is going on in your own country, up to date on news, calamities, wars, and everything else going on in your community. So those 2 sources of knowledge are essential to your success in politics. The third thing I want to talk about here is the art of making and keeping friends. Nobody wins an election on their own. Everybody has to have help from someone in order to win an election. And there are 2 kinds of people who are really important to you as you begin this process. Number 1, it's the friends that you already have. If you have friendships from the past that you have allowed to grow a little stale, it's a good time to be back in touch and rekindle those relationships, because your friends from 40 years before or 20 years ago can be very helpful in many ways to you in a political campaign. I also mentioned there's some influential people that are involved in political campaign. What's an example of an influential person? Elon Musk. See, we're all equal on election day, but there are certain people who are more equal than rank and file voters. They are those who have influence. They are opinion leaders. Now, you need friends who are in that category. Now, where do you find those people? You get involved in activities that allow you to rub shoulders with those kinds of people. If you are running with a political party line, there's a political party infrastructure in your community. There are elected officials that belong to that party in your community. That makes them influential people. There are certain civic and charitable organizations that have leaders that are influential in certain areas. There are special interest groups that have a vested interest in who holds this office. You don't have to promise them the world, but they need to meet you and talk with you, get a feel for you, and maybe you find common ground and they decide to help you. These are the kinds of influential people you need in your corner if you want to win an election. The fourth principle I'm going to mention here are the words go and do and join. Now, you may not know many influential people right now. You may not have many influential friends. Don't give up, because if you work at this, there is plenty of time to make friends in those communities. If you're running as a Republican, if you're running as a Democrat, if you're in a different country, more than likely you have political parties that kind of decide who gets the nomination and who gets to compete in a general election. Those political party organizations have a structure. They have leadership. It has a chairperson. It has an executive committee. They are stakeholders in the process. They are deeply involved in candidates and whether they're successful or not. Those are people you need to court, show up at their events, and say hello to them. There are elected officials in your community who may belong to the party of your choice, who serve in public office. Why are they important? It's because they've already been elected and they got a group of followers, but more importantly, they have been through this process before. They've won an election. They probably know things about it that you don't if this is the first time you're running for a particular position. Third group that is really, really important here are the civic and community leaders in your jurisdiction. It could be the president of the Chamber of Commerce. It could be the chairperson of United Way. It could be the president of the Rotary Club. You need to meet those people, and in order to meet them, you have to get involved with the organization, show up at their event, shake hands, get to know them, spend a few minutes with them, set up a time for you could have a cup of coffee and chat with them. Just a quick review. Number one, we talked about your integrity. 2, we talked about your knowledge. 3, we talked about your friends. 4, I talked about how you meet them. Go, do, and join. Number 5, there's something that all politicians do. Something that all politicians have to do when they are running for office. They have to speak. They have to give a speech. You've seen some of them, I'm sure. There are those speeches that bore people out of their minds and people can't wait to get out of the room. And then there are occasionally speakers that so engross an audience that they're hanging on every word they say. It's better for you. And your path to success is much easier if you master the art of giving a speech. Take the time to learn how to do it. It will pay off beyond your wild imagination if you can master that craft. Point number 6. I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. It's something I called authenticity. You have to be you, and the worst mistake you can make in public life is try to be someone you are not. Voters will know that if you are faking it or pretending that you care about something when you don't give a hoot about it. They will know in a speech if you're just mouthing words or whether you're really passionate about the subject. They will notice it in the way that you treat your staff or your spouse or your family. And all it takes is one little snippet on somebody's camera that they post on YouTube, showing you to be someone that you were not pretending to be. There is nothing worse in a political campaign than being exposed as some sort of fraud who was trying to be someone they weren't. So my advice to you is don't try to do that. Be you, be who you are, be your authentic self, and voters will like you for doing it. Number 7, if you have never done this before, if you are not used to putting together a political campaign, if you've never run for office before, get some help. There are 2 places to go that I'm going to mention here. Number 1 is, I mentioned the importance of talking with elected officials of your party. Well, they've been through campaigns. If you want to know how it was done, go have a chat with them about what campaigns are all about and what you need to do and who you need to meet, and tips on your marketing, your advertising, where to go to find important demographic data. Since they've been through it, they've learned that. And what they know that you don't would be helpful to you. Another way to look for it is there are a whole class of highly professional people in the political consulting profession who are very good at what they do. Do they require an investment? Of course they do. But here's why they're useful to you. They live, eat, and breathe politics. They do it day in and day out, month after month, year after year. If they've been successful in business, it is because they are good at what they are doing. So, as the saying goes, if you do not know how to do something, call somebody who does. And that is true in your situation now. You'll be much better off if you have a mentor, a guiding hand, and someone showing you the ropes, especially if you're doing this for the first time. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in running for office, I've got a great book for you. It is absolutely free, 12 Essential Steps to Getting Ready to Run for Office. It's in the link below this video. Click on it and get it. One more quick review. Integrity, the knowledge in your head, the art of making your friends, why you need to go, do, and join, learning to speak, being authentic, getting help. Do not try and learn all of this on your own. I'll remind you one more time, that book, 12 Essential Steps to Getting Ready to Run for Office. Go get it. It's helpful. It will amaze you, the material that's in it, and it is absolutely free.